Brothers and sisters, comes a moment in every life when the noise fades, the lights dim, and we are left standing at the edge of something new. A crossroad, a beginning, a calling. And in that sacred pause, a voice whispers, not in thunder, but in truth, your journey starts here. It doesn't matter where you've been. It doesn't matter what you've done. The past may have tried to chain you, but the future, the future is still wide open like the arms of mercy. You were not born by accident. You were not created to wander aimlessly. No, friend, you were made for a purpose. You were formed for a reason. There is a fire within you, and it's time to light the torch. Because this is the day when you stop looking back and start stepping forward. This journey, your journey, is not just about reaching a place on a map. It's about becoming the person you were always meant to be. Every trial, every tear, every moment of silence has prepared you for this. You may feel weak, but strength rises when you move in faith. You may feel alone, but there is a power that walks with you every step of the way. You say, but I don't know the way. You don't have to. Just take the first step. The path will reveal itself as you go. Mountains will move. Doors will open. Hearts will change, including your own. So I say to you today, with everything in me, rise up, shake off the doubt, lay down the shame, lift your head, lift your heart, and take that step. Because your journey, your destiny, your calling, your purpose starts here, and God's not finished with you. Every great journey begins not with the certainty of the road ahead, but with a stirring in the heart, a whisper in the soul, a flicker of something deeper than comfort, louder than fear, and greater than the chains that try to hold you back, because there comes a moment when standing still becomes more painful than moving forward, when silence screams louder than any doubt, and in that sacred moment of decision, everything begins to shift. Not because you have all the answers, but because you finally said yes to the unknown calling your name. It is in that first step, trembling though it may be, unsure though it may feel, unseen by others, but blazing with fire within, that you begin to break the ground of your old life and plant the seeds of something eternal, something purposeful, something divinely designed. For even though your knees may buckle and your voice may quiver, there is power in choosing to rise, to walk, to believe that your life was not made for shadows, but for light. Not for wandering, but for wonder, and that something glorious is waiting on the other side of your obedience. And maybe the people around you won't understand it. Maybe the mirror won't reflect it yet. Maybe the world will laugh or question or try to pull you back into the comfort of the crowd. But you, my friend, you will know in your bones that this moment, this breath, this choice to move forward is the line drawn in eternity where the heavens lean in, say, and now it begins. Because nothing, absolutely nothing, changes until you decide to move. You see, every great journey doesn't start with the roar of confidence or the applause of the world, but with the still small yes. Yes to becoming, yes to trusting, yes to believing that your life has more meaning than what's behind you. Yes to a path that might be hard but will be holy. Yes to pain that will refine. Yes to joy that will endure. Yes to the process that shapes the promise. Because even before you take that first visible step, the transformation has already begun in the secret place of surrender. And while the road may twist and the winds may howl and the night may sometimes fall darker than expected, still the journey presses forward because your decision wasn't built on how easy it would be, but how necessary it is, how urgent it feels, how deep the fire burns inside of you to become all that you are meant to be. And no failure, no delay can undo the power of one decision made in truth, in faith, and courage when everything in you wanted to stay, but something greater called you to go. So you walk not because you know every step, but because you know you're not walking alone. Because something eternal walks with you, beside you, within you, lighting your path when your eyes can't see, holding your hand when your strength fails, lifting your head when the weight becomes too much, and reminding you with every breath that this journey was never meant to be perfect. It was meant to be yours, raw and real and full of grace. And now here you are. Not at the peak, not at the peak, not with all the answers or the perfect story to tell, but you are in it. You are living it. You are stepping out and stepping forward and breaking cycles and rewriting history with every choice to keep going. Every time you silence the voices of doubt, every moment you lean into the truth that something more is still possible, that your best days are not behind you but ahead, waiting like a sunrise you haven't seen yet but are already walking toward. So don't stop now. Don't look back. Don't wait for perfect timing or flawless plans or everyone's approval, because the journey has already begun, the door has already opened, the fire has already been lit inside of you, and the only thing left to do is to keep walking, keep trusting, keep believing. Sure. Keep becoming, because that first decision, that one holy yes, was never the end, but only the beginning of a journey that still unfolds with every breath you dare to take. The journey is not just about the destination, because if it were, we'd miss the very moments that shape us, the quiet in-between spaces where the real becoming takes place, where the lessons are not always loud, but they are lasting, where the struggle refines, the waiting deepens, the detours develop, and somewhere between where you were, you're going. You begin to realize that who you're becoming is far more important than how fast you arrive. It's in the middle miles when your feet ache and the road seems longer than it did at the start that endurance is born, that strength is built. That purpose is forged like fire in the soul. Because while the destination may dazzle from afar, it's the grind, the growth, the grit of the journey that gives the destination its meaning, its depth, its weight, and without the walk, the climb, the crawl through every valley and over every mountain, the finish line would be hollow and the victory would feel empty. And maybe you thought the reward was waiting for you at the end, but somewhere along the way you started noticing that the real reward was how your faith stretched, how your heart opened, how your courage grew in the dark places when no one was watching. And in those moments, you came to understand that the destination is simply the echo of every decision to keep going when you could have turned back. Because the beauty of the journey is not in how straight the path is, not in how smooth the road feels, but in how many times you chose to rise when it was easier to fall, how often you kept moving even when your tears fell like rain, how deeply you learned to love, to trust, to forgive not just others but yourself, because all of it, every stumble, every sunrise, every heartbreak, every healing, is part of the masterpiece being written in real time with your steps. And the truth is, if the destination was the only thing that mattered, you would have skipped the late nights of reflection, the quiet victories no one else saw, the laughter that came after sorrow, the people who joined you just for a season but left fingerprints on you. The prayers you whispered when no one else heard, the hope you clung to like a lifeline in the storm. All of it, all of that is what makes the journey whole. You begin to see that the road is not a punishment. It's a preparation. It's not a delay. It's a divine classroom where patience is taught, vision is clarified, identity is revealed, and instead of racing to the end, you start walking with more wonder, more awareness, more gratitude. Knowing that every step forward is sacred and every mile behind you has made you into someone more ready, more grounded, more alive than you ever were before. And when you get to the place you thought you were always meant to be, you might smile not because you made it, but because you finally understand why you had to take the long way, why the pain had purpose, why the closed doors protected you, why the lonely seasons weren't empty. They were building something unshakable inside you. Something that could never be bought or borrowed, only earned through the journey itself. So don't rush the process, don't despise the middle, don't miss the miracles along the way, because the destination will be beautiful, yes, but the journey, that winding, wild, beautiful, breaking, building journey, is where your soul meets its strength, where your purpose takes shape, and where your story becomes not just something to tell at the end, but something that lives and breathes in every step you dare to take.